Hello people of the verse, welcome to the channel, it's the Eradicator, and in this video we will be talking about the 400i as well as the financials from CIG. We've got some really interesting news out there. First, let's talk about the 400i. There was a very interesting thread on Spectrum from a user called John Bones, who actually asked CIG to revert the 400i. He asked for increased landing gear suspensions, decreased height for stretched landing gears, distorting the design of the ship goes against the good work. The 400i was not designed and sold to fit an ROC and should not fit an ROC, and blah 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 blah, yada yada yada. And there was actually a reply from a dev called Me in Tier I CIG. So if you have the CIG tag, by the way, you are a CIG employee. It is not allowed on the Spectrum to impersonate CIG employees. So if it is not a CIG employee, that person is going to be banned very soon. But obviously, it is a CIG employee, but didn't use the yellow font, so that's why it was a bit confusing. But anyway, he says, "Hello, the 400i will be reverted back to close to the original tuning and landing heights in the next PTU patch, which unfortunately has not been online today. We found that raising the 400i is stiffening the gears, compromising the feel of the landing and the role in which the vehicle is meant to play in the verse. It was something that I personally wanted to see if we could make it work, so I was given permission to try different tunings while in PTU, but raising the ship turned out to have too many knock-ons." So there we have it, guys. In the current PTU patch, it's possible to fit a ROC inside the 400i, but this will be reverted back into how the 400i originally was. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I was a little bit, I cannot really understand the role of the 400i. I think that they are going to keep the high capacitors because they've significantly improved the capacitors of the 400i, so that now it is a little bit more decent in combat. It was stuck to about 40, 50 if you push it a little bit, shots for its twin laser guns, but with the new capacitor, the upgrade, it was 86 with a possibility of going above 100 if we put full power to your guns. So that really made it possible to fight off some enemies. For example, if you do the 890 jump mission, before it was really difficult to get rid of the cutlasses that defend the parrots at the 890 jump mission, but now with the upgraded capacitors it is possible. So I guess that the 409 now is more of a capable ship when it comes to doing some light combat, not talking about PvP or big battle like Xenos, right, for example, but some 1v1 or 1v2 combat against some mid-tier or small ships. I think it's absolutely possible. I tried against an M50, an AI M50, and that was really impossible because that ship just it just got outmaneuvered by the M50. So anyway, there we have it, guys. The 400i here not having a ROC, and I think I was thinking that with the ability to feel a ROC, it's going to get a little bit closer to the ability of a cutlass, because Cutlass has 46 SU of cargo capacity, the 400i only 42, right? So I thought that maybe it would be a good alternative, but as a result, not so much, right? I think that the 400i is good for running away because it's got its size 3 shield, right? Which is obviously very durable, and it is really fast as well. It's actually faster than the Cutlass, but it's not as good as trading. It's not as maneuverable as well. So I guess that if you're really not into combat and you want to avoid combat as much as possible, why doing some stuff in the verse like light trading or maybe going from point A to point B, this may be a good ship for you. Anyway, guys, we also have some news. Before we move on, let me talk about this month giveaway as well, since I'm giving away a Cutlass Red. All you have to do is to subscribe to this channel and answer the giveaway question. Guys, do you own a 400i? Are you interested in the ship? What do you think about the 400i? Let me know everything. Also, people on the Discord via join button membership or Patreon have access to a Cutlass Black thanks to Dr. Forbin. Another piece of news that was released, and we're talking about the financials from CIG. I thought I could have made another video, but I'm just not good enough with numbers. But apparently, guys, it does seem like, according again to what we're seeing, that CIG has finally made a profit. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that this is the very first time that CIG made a profit. We're talking about 4.8 million British pounds here, whereas in 2019 it was a loss of 1.9 million British pounds. So congratulations for CIG. It is not much of a surprise, as last year the sales were the biggest sales that we've ever had for Star Citizen. At the same time, they've hired more and more people too. Chris Roberts, I think, said that we had over 700 employees now, so that's really a lot. So the fact that even if they have hired a lot of new employees, they're still making some profit, I think is really good news. And especially it shows that the project, the current business model of the project seems to be viable until we finally get closer to release, and a greater audience will be attracted by CIG, which is what I believe is when the game will finally bloom and it will appeal to the masses. Right now, we still have about 2 million backers. It's still kind of a niche game. If you can see, for example, on Twitch, right? Some of the mainstream games have 10,000, 20,000, 100,000 viewers. At the same time, Star Citizen at its peak gets to 1,000, 2,000 viewers, right? So it has not reached mainstream yet, but when it will, I really believe that that's when CIG will be making some really big bucks here. Anyway, it's quite encouraging, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it's going to go in 2021, especially now that trade has been fixed. I really believe that a lot of backers are going to be coming back, and maybe they'll be getting some new ships. I guess we'll see, right? Anyway, guys, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, this is the Eradicator. Shout out to Eric Oln and Dr. Forbin for their contribution on Patreon, and I will see you guys later. A huge shout out to everyone who's been helping me out on Patreon and via the YouTube Joint membership program. Creating content on YouTube involves continuous circles of ups and downs, and it is when we are at the lower parts of the curve that your help really motivates me to keep on going. Your contribution really does make a difference, which is why in return I try to give back by offering backers access to my private Discord channel, automatic access to exclusive giveaways, or answering your questions during the show. You can help me out with as little as $1 a month, and any help is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching again. This is the Eradicator. I'll see you guys later.